In recalling the stalwarts of India's freedom struggle, there is one name integral to the movement for sheer earnestness, single-minded commitment, and depth and breadth of contribution, making words into deeds. Jamnalal Bajaj. Following his footsteps, his wife Janki Devi Bajaj took to the path of renunciation, suffered imprisonment in the freedom struggle, and dedicated her whole life to Gau Seva, Vinobaji's Bhudan movement, and women empowerment. Likewise, his elder son Kamal Nayanji was a freedom fighter. Post-independence, he devoted plentiful time and resources to philanthropic and social causes like education, medical care, famine and flood relief, and founded the Jamnalal Bajaj Seva Trust. To propagate and promote the ideals to which Jamnalal Bajaj devoted his entire life, the Bajaj Group, by an initiative from Jamnalal Bajaj's youngest son, Ramakrishna Bajaj, founded the Jamnalal Bajaj Foundation in 1977. The affairs of the foundation are supervised by a board of trustees. Besides undertaking various rural development projects in selected areas, the foundation honors the outstanding contribution of people who work on Gandhian lines through 4 annual awards. A council of advisors has been constituted to advise and guide the foundation in matters of operation of the schemes of the awards. Each of these awards carries a citation, a trophy, and a cash prize of Rs 5 lakhs.
Jamnalal Bajaj Foundation started the 4 awards with the objective broadly of encouraging, recognizing and rewarding those outstanding people who have given their life and completely involved themselves in Gandhian activities, constructive activities, even application of science for rural development, and of course uplift of women and children. The 4th award, which was started about 20 years ago, is for propagating Gandhian values abroad.
Over the years, the Jamnalal Bajaj Awards have come to be respected as the most coveted ones in their fields. This is amply reflected in the multidimensional work of the recipients, the eminence of the members of selection panels, as also the stature of the chief guests who presented the awards in the years gone by. The Jamnalal Bajaj Awards are thus a fitting tribute to Gandhiji and the man he adopted as his 5th son. The recipients of the Jamnalal Bajaj Awards 2013 are Shri G.V. Subba, Srimati Snehlata Nath, Srimati Vidhya Das, Mr. Jean-Marie Muller, Shri G.V. Subba, G.V. Subba, President of the Gramdhan Nirman Samithi, has always been a firm believer of the Gandhian ideology. In 1954, he joined the Hyderabad State Bhudan Yagna Samithi, where he got in donation 32,000 acres of land from the landlords, becoming famous as Bhudan Subba. He then went on to set up the Sarvodaya Gramdhan Cooperative Society with the aim of rural development. In 1964, Subba set up the Kasturba Memorial Harijan Girls Hostel for their upliftment and education. He worked for the prohibition of arak and toddy drinking habits amongst the labor class, which became a mass movement in 1983. Subba undertook khadi production as a primary activity to facilitate employment amongst villagers. In 1991, he established a school for the physically challenged and hearing impaired children, named as Sarvodaya Challenged Children's Residential School. In 1993, G.V. Subba initiated bookbinding and tailoring programs to empower the unemployed youth. He then implemented the Sheep Development Program, followed by a rural sanitation program in 1996 supported by CAPART. These programs benefited 7 villages of Nagar Kurnool town. Subba also organized and formed a Market Hamali trade union and campaigned for their rights in the Nagar Kurnool town and got involved in Go Seva, Padyatras and conducting youth camps in the region. In 2010, he conducted a youth cycle yatra for economic equality and also proactively organized the All India Nature Cure Conference. G.V. Subba has been the recipient of many prestigious awards, including the Acharya Vinoba Award in 2000, the Harijan Sevak Award in 2005 and the Loknayak Jaiprakash Narayan Award in 2002. Through such a wide spectrum of initiatives and programs, G.V. Subba has made a difference to the lives of the people he has served. He is a unique combination of a constructive worker and a satyagrahi. He truly is a functioning and living disciple of Gandhiji. Srimati Snehlata Nath has devoted her life to the cause of eco-development, livelihood and sustainability among the tribal people of the Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve through their own knowledge and experience. She is one of the directors of Keystone Foundation, which functions across 8 centers in the forested tri-junction of Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Their main focus is conserving and developing the ecology and the economy of the tribal region through technology, livelihood, green enterprise and environmental governance. Appropriate and need-based technology, designed and introduced by the Foundation, has improved the quality of life drastically while ensuring good quality and value-added agricultural and forest produce, increasing employment opportunities locally and eliminating migration of people to urban areas. The Foundation encourages capacity building, product and market development, community self-reliance, value addition, income generation and fair trade practices. This has led to tribal communities organizing and managing their operations independently. Through the technology provided by the Foundation, the villagers are able to transform honey and bee wax into products like wax soaps, lip balms, pickles and jams, which are promoted under the brand name Last Forest. The Foundation has done substantial work to protect the environment, ranging from conservation of soil to the preservation of indigenous and rare seeds through seed banks. With the goal of widening their reach, the Foundation, over the years, has provided extensive training to villagers, NGOs and government departments in diversified activities ranging from sustainable honey harvesting to training in management. Snehlata Nath, through this organization, has reached out to and impacted the lives of 5,000 families across 89 Adivasi hamlets with the help of a young and cohesive team of 50 volunteers and 35 staff members comprising of professionals and local Adivasi people. She has also applied the same model through an NGO network in Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Meghalaya and Andhra Pradesh. Snehlata Nath strives to combine ecologically sensitive development with rural enterprise while preserving the tribal traditions and lifestyle. Srimati Vidhya Das has been at the forefront of the fight for the rights of the most downtrodden tribal communities residing in the backward areas of Odisha since the last 25 years. Being the joint director of the Agragamee, Vidhya Das has devoted herself to policy advocacy socio-economic and human rights of the tribal people, and natural resource management. Her close involvement with the tribal women has allowed her to inspire and mobilize them to ensure their rights over minor forest produce. This led to the historic Broom Revolution that forced a policy change at the state level. Vidhya Das facilitated the formation of Odisha's most successful tribal women's organization called Amma Sangathan. Today, members of Amma Sangathan represent the tribal women in state and district level advisory bodies, including the Joint Forest Management Committee and Tribal Advisory Council. Her persistence and hard work has encouraged 5,000 tribal women from 200 villages across 5 districts to form groups and address issues of discrimination, exploitation, corruption and violation of human rights. Vidhya Das and her team have mobilized education resources in 210 villages, which has resulted in 5,000 tribal girls and boys receiving primary and higher education. She is also recognized for her literary contributions, which range from write-ups in local and national newspapers on tribal socio-economic issues to published books like Inhuman Wrongs, Chronicles of a Struggle, and others. Vidhya Das has been a recipient of the prestigious YWCA Roll of Honor for her unstinting work as the advisor to the Supreme Court on right to food. Through her 25 years of service, Vidhya Das has directed her energy and efforts to enable tribal and rural women attain a better life and livelihood with dignity. Mr. Jean-Marie Muller. Jean-Marie Muller, a philosopher and a non-violence activist, created the movement for non-violent alternative, MAN, to highlight the significance of non-violence in everyday life and in education, social and political struggles. After quitting the profession of teaching in 1970, Jean-Marie Muller dedicated himself to the study of non-violence and its promulgation in his writings, demonstrations and speaking. On the request of the French Minister of Defense, he conducted and published a study on non-violent civil defense in 1985. Jean-Marie Muller significantly contributed in the creation of the Research Institute for the Non-Violent Resolution of Conflicts. Today, he is the Director of Studies at the Institute. Post his services as a conscientious objector, Jean-Marie Muller participated in a consulting committee created by the Prime Minister to provide a report on the feasibility of a new law on conscientious objection. As he is a firm believer of non-violence, he actively participated and initiated numerous hunger strikes and peaceful protests. Jean-Marie Muller has been putting forth his perspective on non-violence since 1973 at the World Congress of Peace Forces in Moscow, till as recently as 2012 at the Arab University for Non-Violence. After being introduced to the Gandhian ways by Lanza del Vasto, he wrote multiple books which have significantly contributed to the history of non-violence. In 2001, he travelled to India, especially to visit Gandhiji's ashram in Ahmedabad. Today, Jean-Marie Muller, through his organization MAN, is leading actions on some major issues of concern to the world, like nuclear disarmament in France and the struggle for justice and peace in the Middle East. Gandhiji's experiments with non-violence and his commitment to truth have driven Jean-Marie Muller to be a living legend and a great scholar with practical, non-violent action experience. He has successfully managed to spread the Gandhian way by enabling people around the globe to join in non-violent struggles.